Hey there, restaurant pros. It's Dave Scott Peters, and welcome to episode 86 of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. I've been coaching restaurant owners since 2003, and the Restaurant Prosperity Formula is based on what the most successful restaurant owners I've worked with do on a daily basis to achieve their success. The basic premise of the formula centers around achieving prosperity, freedom of your restaurant, and the financial freedom you deserve. To achieve prosperity, you have to follow a very specific formula made up of leadership, systems, training, accountability, and taking action. Today, we delve into a topic that resonates with every restaurant owner and leader: overcoming the common roadblocks that can impede progress in this dynamic industry. Let's get started. But first, a word from our sponsor. We all know managing costs is one of the most important parts of running a profitable restaurant, especially now. But between fluctuating vendor prices, waste, labor, and the never-ending list of tasks that demand your attention on a daily basis, it can be challenging for even the most experienced of us to manage costs well. That's where Margin Edge comes in. Margin Edge is a complete restaurant management software that automatically uses data from your POS and invoices to show you food and labor costs in real time. Don't wait until it's too late. Margin Edge gives you tools to make decisions in the moment, like a daily P&L, price alerts on key ingredients, and real-time plate costs, all without ever having to touch a spreadsheet. Take control of your costs, work more efficiently, and be more profitable. Go to www.marginedge.com/DSP to learn more and schedule your demo today. Every restaurant owner and leader has to overcome roadblocks in their restaurant journey on a daily basis. They range from fear of embracing change to mastering the art of effective leadership. We're going to explore these challenges in depth. We're not only going to identify these obstacles, but also arm you with practical, actionable solutions to navigate past them. Whether you're a seasoned restaurateur or just starting out, this exploration is designed to equip you with the tools and insights needed to steer your restaurant towards greater success and prosperity. So let's embark on this enlightening journey together and unlock the full potential of your restaurant. I've broken this up into 3 very distinct segments. Segment 1 is internal challenges, Segment 2 is operational hurdles, and Segment 3 is external and personal challenges. So Segment 1 is internal challenges, and it's all about fear of change, lack of clear vision, and ineffective leadership. First up, let's talk about the fear of change. It's human nature to resist change, especially when your current process, well, it may seem like it's just working just fine. But in this fast-paced world of restaurants, adapting and evolving is key. The trick is to start small. Introduce one small system, one new system, basically at a time, and let your team see the benefits firsthand. Then we add another, then we add another, then we add another. For instance, if you're hesitant about implementing, say, new checklist software, try to limit what you're going to do first. Maybe it's just to manage your checklist first. Show your team how it can make their jobs easier and improve customer service. Remember, change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about, well, taking those first small yet significant steps. Again, when I work with my members in our coaching program, we break it up into 2 weekly lessons. We don't try and overwhelm you, your implementer, or your team. Each week has a lesson. This is what you're going to work on, whether it's a system or it's a progress week, giving you time to learn it, giving you time to implement it, giving you time to sell it to your team and say why it's important, and giving you the opportunity to put it in place and see results. And when you do, it is amazing how the fear goes away. Moving on, a lack of clear vision can leave your team, well, directionless. This is where your leadership shines, right? That's your job, is to lead. Craft your vision equation. Vision equations is bigger than just, say, hey, this is what I see for my restaurant. It's not your why. It's your vision. And that encapsulates your core values, which represent who you are as a person, almost never change. Your set of core values that you document, that you share, is how you want to guide your team to make decisions. You want them to make decisions on a daily basis using your core values, not their own. You're going to share with them your purpose, the reason why you opened your restaurant in the first place. That, again, is not necessarily your why. That could be to make money. That could be to, Panera's put a loaf under everyone's arm. Whatever it is, why did you open your business in the first place? And finally, when it comes to your vision equation, You're going to share your mission. That's your plan for success over the next 5 years. So when you think about it, when your vision equation is all spelled out, your core values, how you want them to make decisions on a daily basis, when your purpose, why you opened your business in the first place, saddled with that as your 5-year plan, you can see how we can start to get people on board. So we don't just stop there. We get that done. Then we regularly communicate this with, our vision equation with our team. We do this through internal newsletters or casual conversations. When your team understands what your vision is, when you share your vision with them, they're more motivated, cohesive, and driven towards common goals. I often say one of the major things, if you read my book, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, What Successful Restaurateurs Do, I talk about the importance of the core values especially. See, when you get upset with managers, when you get upset with your line employees, it's usually because they tap danced on one of your core values. They're visceral. They're who you are as a person. They almost never change. Well, we need to document those core values. And if you have partners, we need shared core values so that when you're both or 3 or 4 of you are in the building, we all view the business under the same lens. But more importantly, that we give our team direction, how to make those decisions. Because those core values can lead to guest satisfaction and consistency and all the wonderful things that make your restaurant, fantastic. The next piece is ineffective leadership. And it can be a major roadblock. It's not just about giving orders, right? You do this, you do this, you do this. It's about inspiring and guiding your team. It's about being there for your team and helping them become, their best. It's about investing in your leadership skills. See, this is a part of your journey as a restaurant owner, is to never rest on your laurels, to always be improving your leadership skills. I don't know that there's such thing as a leadership expert. There are people who are damn near experts. But leadership is an ever-moving thing. We always need to be looking to learn, always be looking to improve. So we can do this by attending workshops, reading books, or even getting a coach. You need to learn how to communicate effectively, show empathy, and lead by example. Now, being clear on lead by example, that is not be the best server, host, busser, food runner at the same time in the world. That's showing that you follow your core values, that you do things to help everyone around you become better. It's not the line employee jobs. That needs to be very distinct. See, when your staff sees you've got their back, that you understand their challenges and appreciate their efforts more than anything, it builds a strong, loyal team. And in today's day and age, when it's tough to find people, I have members who are struggling to find people who start off in my program. I got people who've been in the program for a long time that have full staffs. You know what the difference is? They've learned to become the leader their restaurant needs. And they've become an employer of choice, which is not just about great pay. It needs to be fair pay, but it's proper supervision, training, making sure everybody feels, appreciated in the business. When you become an employer of choice, then your team members go look for people like them and only the ones that they want to bring on that don't upset the apple cart. And you'll have new hires coming out of the woodwork because you're a great place to work. And it starts with you being the leader your restaurant needs. Now, segment 2 is about the operational hurdles. It's all about inadequate training, poor financial management, and inconsistent quality. You see, a well-trained team is the backbone of any successful restaurant. If your restaurant isn't properly trained, right, all your people, your staff, your team members, it's not just about their performance that suffers. It's your guest experience too. So you've got to develop a comprehensive training program that covers everything from customer service to health and safety protocols. Everything you can think of. There's a system, a process, a way to doing it, and it's your way, by the way. Remember, training is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It happens every day at pre-shift. So you've got your initial training when somebody comes in. You've got pre-shift every single day. Anytime you write someone up or give them a coaching, it's an opportunity to retrain. Anytime you put a new menu out, it's retrain. We add a new piece of equipment, we retrain. We train all the time. It is so important that we train because your team doesn't get through a busy Friday when you're short-staffed without breaking a sweat if they weren't prepared for it. Training is an ongoing process. You need to regularly update your training materials to keep up with industry trends and internal changes, things that I've already talked about. I can tell you that training, lack thereof, is one of the biggest reasons we have turnover in our industry. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Why should I train them? They're not going to be here next week. Well, the reason why they're not there is I will tell you. You're going to lose most of your people in the first 90 days because they don't know what their job is. They don't know how to do it. And they usually have a manager who doesn't know either and is yelling at them. Again, remember that employer of choice? We take care of that training. We take care of proper supervision. We have fair pay. We make our team feel appreciated. This goes away. Now, in today's digital age, resisting technology can leave you lagging behind. Think about what happened in COVID. If you were operating COVID and you weren't already in Facebook and Instagram and maybe even TikTok, if you weren't already having an online ordering system, if you didn't already have Uber Eats, DoorDash, or the like, and you had to add it in a moment's notice, you were behind. Those people that already were early adopters to that technology had a leg up on you. The same can be said for all different types of, tech stack, right? You've heard that. That's the software packages that you need to run your restaurant. Now, I understand that new technology can be intimidating. Maybe I'm a Gen Xer, I'm 57 years old. Maybe you're a little older than I am, and you're like, I don't feel comfortable on computers. Well, I'm going to remind you that the phone that's in your hand, that $1,400 device, is more powerful than anything that I ever had as a kid. It rivals any computer you have, right? Gets the internet, runs apps. It's in your hand, and it's user-friendly. So let's get rid of the intimidating part. But we have to acknowledge that technology is a powerful tool for improving your efficiencies and gathering the valuable data. Start with user-friendly options. Maybe it's an online ordering system or a labor scheduling app. Educate your team on how these tools can make their jobs easier and improve the overall operation of your restaurant. I mean, think about it. If I've got an online ordering app, we can virtually eliminate all the phone calls, which grab all your employees to stop and answer the phone. And when somebody says, tell me about the menu, how do I do this, and they're stuck there, helping that one person on the phone, which adds to your labor cost. Hey, how about we make your lives easier and people do everything online? They start to see the benefit, right? Your employees are like, I want this online ordering thing. We talk about scheduling tools or apps. Hey, wouldn't it be nice that you could look up a phone number of another employee when it's time to switch a shift or something? Wouldn't it be nice to throw a shift up there and let anybody say, I want it? Wouldn't it be nice to know your schedule just like that in the palm of your hand? Wouldn't it be nice to put requests in, requests off? You see how you sell the benefit to the employee when ultimately what we want as an operator is the benefit of controlling labor. Now let's talk about numbers. Remember, I'm the numbers guy. At least I used to be. Poor financial management can quickly lead to disaster. It's crucial to have, solid financials. It's crucial to understand your financials, not to get your P&L and leaf all the way through to the back page, look at the bottom number and say you made or lost money and go shit and throw it on your desk. You got to have a grasp of these numbers. You have to know your KPIs, key performance indicators. You've got to be able to measure and trust your numbers. That means you've got to have a budget. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I say the two most important systems any restaurant should have are budgets and recipe costing cards. Why? Because they're proactive management tools. You put that budget in place, you put your plan in for success. Then we add accounting software, which allows us that which we measure improves. We create our plan with the budget and we measure our success with our P&L. So you need that software, that accounting software, to navigate and collect your expenses and your revenues. Then you need to regularly review your financial reports to understand why you're either making money or you're not making money. And that's where that budget comes in, right? Where did I hit or miss? And when I miss the numbers, what systems is my team not using? Where do I hold them accountable? How do I retrain them? Put it back in place, change my plan. What if they are following the systems and I don't hit my numbers? What new systems do I put in place? Change my plan. This is critical for you as a leader to proactively to run your business. Yes, we need a budget to say, where are we going? We needed our P&L to see where we were and to measure. That which we measure improves. But you as a leader have to use these numbers, have a grasp of them to move the business forward, to make decisions. And look, if numbers aren't your strong suit, don't hesitate to consult with your accounting professional. Or better yet, get my book, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, What Successful Restaurateurs Do. Come to my workshop, Restaurant Transformation Seminar. Join my group coaching program, Restaurant Transformation Intensive. Find another restaurant coach that calls to you. See, remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your restaurant's finances. You as a leader, your role is to work on marketing, budgeting, lead the team, develop your managers, hold them accountable, move the business forward, work strategically on your business. Two of those, your budgets and working strategically, require you have a strong understanding of your numbers. Now, what about consistency? That's huge. Consistency is key in the restaurant business. Your customer experience being the same great experience every time someone visits is crucial to your success. This means regular training and quality checks, they become essential. Oh, we heard that training again, right? Oh, we heard managers checking on things. Many of these topics meld in together. You got to conduct daily quality audits, whether that's a line checklist or for making sure that hot food hot, cold food cold, that everything tastes properly, to opening, closing side work checklists to make sure the guest is set up for not noticing anything in the business, not worrying about a spoon, not worrying about something being dirty or dead flies. You've got to get feedback from your customers, and you've got to consistently train your staff to maintain high standards. There's that training again. When quality is consistent, customer loyalty, it follows. Think about it this way. There are some chain restaurants out there, one in particular that I pick on all the time, and I'm trying to be kind. So I'm not going to say that chain's name. But pick one of the chain restaurants in your brain that, well, has shitty product. Got it? Whatever that one is for you. And then visualize, right now, do they have a line of people? This one concept, for many, many years, had lines of people to get into this concept. Food is not good. But you know what it was? It was consistent. It could suck in every single place you'd go to, but it was the same every place you went. And we can laugh about that. Or we can realize that consistency is critical to your success. And that's where training and standards, they all come into play. Now, our third segment is external and personal challenges. And that's all about neglecting customer feedback, burnout, or lack of work-life balance and ineffective marketing strategies. In the age of social media and online reviews, customer feedback is more important, well, now more than ever. Ignoring it is a missed opportunity for, well, improvement. How often do you find yourself, I don't want to look at the Google reviews. I don't want to look at the Yelp reviews. I don't want to look at TripAdvisor. I don't want to look at where anything. You think that burying your head in the sand is the right tactic. But I'm going to tell you, if you actively seek out feedback from your customers through surveys, comment cards, and online platforms, things will change for you. And when you, well, receive that criticism, don't take it personally. Understand that, yes, there are times that customer does not fit your concept. But I want you to think, where there's smoke, there is fire. It's an opportunity to say, what went wrong? What can I do to change? Use it as a tool to refine your operations and enhance your customer service satisfaction, if you will. Running a restaurant is demanding. And it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget about work-life balance. As one of my member mentors talks about when she came through the program, Deja, you don't get a second chance for a first. You don't get a second chance for your kid's first birthday. You don't get a second chance for your kid's first t-ball game. You don't get a second chance for your grandmother's 85th birthday. You don't get a second chance to go out to dinner with friends who've been visiting you haven't seen in 14 years. You don't get a second chance on a first anything. And when you think you're working your ass off for your family, but you miss out on all the firsts, you're not going to feel good about yourself. And your family's going to feel left out. Your friends are going to feel left out. So we need work-life balance. And I want you to think about it this way. Remember, a burnout owner is not good for business. You're the leader. You're the head of the chicken. You're the head of the snake. You are the leader of the business. And if you come in on a daily basis, I'm tired, woe is me, blah, 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 that's how your business is going to run. Because everybody's feeding off you and your energy. So you need time off. And in fact, you need to additionally encourage your staff, including your management team, to take their days off, to rotate shifts, and promote a healthy work balance. See, when you and your team are well rested and happy, it reflects in the quality of service and the overall atmosphere of your restaurant because everyone feels good. That's one of the major changes we've had to see, a reckoning in our industry, why we had the exodus from the restaurant business after the COVID-19, right? Once that came back, people didn't want to come back. They were tired of being yelled at. They were tired of working 80 hours a week. They were tired of customers chewing their butts out and so on and so forth. It became an industry that people didn't want to come back to. See, when we again become an employer of choice, and we give people 2 days off in a row, we restrict them, say managers only work 50 to 55 hours a week, not 80, unless it's a 4th of July weekend or something unusual, not on a routine basis. When we make sure our team feels appreciated, when we pay, that employer of choice stuff really matters. And a major part of what millennials and younger are looking for is that quality of life. It's not just about work. Do you know what? It's a wake-up call. It needs to matter to you too. Lastly, let's touch on marketing. In the sea of dining options out there, standing out is crucial. And if your marketing strategies are outdated or unclear, you're missing out on attracting new customers, getting current customers to visit you more often, and even spending more each time they visit. Develop a targeted marketing plan. Use social media to showcase your dishes, but not just pictures of your food. And you got to make sure you share behind the scenes, a glimpse of how your restaurant runs and personalities of people, including you. You've got to engage with your community. Participate in local events, increase your visibility, whether it's at schools, whether it's in festivals. Get out there, be a part of your neighborhood. Remember, effective marketing is about telling your story, your restaurant journey, connecting with your customers. And this is important. This goes back to the beginning where we talked a little bit about, we said the vision equation. I said, it's not your why. This is where your why comes in. Why you got into the business, why you do what you do. What makes you different from everyone around you? You've got to share with people all the time with that big flag, that banner, follow me. This is where we are. This is where we're going. And this is why we do what we do. Now, your marketing has purpose. As a wrap up, remember that overcoming these roadblocks starts with recognizing them. Whether it's fear of change, lack of clear vision, or ineffective marketing strategies, each challenge has a solution. It's about taking the first step, whether it's small or big, towards improving your restaurant. Don't be afraid to make the necessary changes. Your journey to restaurant prosperity is ongoing, and every step you take is a step towards success. Hey, that was an awesome episode. I want to thank you for taking the time to take action on building a better, more prosperous restaurant. Before you go, I want to give you these 3 thoughts. 1, by combining leadership and taking action with systems and training being checked by accountability, you are on your way to creating prosperity for you and your restaurant. 2, I have something I need from you. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to podcasts. By leaving us a review, other restaurant pros seeking out this information are able to find it. I read the reviews, and hearing how this information has benefited you does wonders for me. And 3, if you find any of the discussions helpful, share them. The more restaurant pros who have access to them, the better we become as an industry. For more restaurant resources or to get in contact with me, connect with me at davidscottpeters.com. Be passionate about what you're doing, be persistent, but more importantly, become better and help everyone around you become better, and your restaurant is going to kick some ass. If you're tired of not being able to leave your restaurant because no one else knows how to run it, I want to make sure you know it doesn't have to be that way. You can leave your restaurant. It is possible to build a team of people who know how you want the restaurant to run. With these trained and responsible people in place, you can give yourself time away. What would you do if you had time away from your restaurant? Would you sleep better? Would your relationships improve? Would you feel more relaxed? These are all things you deserve to experience as a business owner. It's why we own our own businesses. If you would like to learn how to own a restaurant that doesn't depend on you to be successful, click the link in the description to watch a free training course that teaches you exactly what you have to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to get my weekly tips and watch these 2 videos to get more information and guidance for running a successful restaurant.